What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? The tell-all is finally here. And I want to say that I'm excited, but after the last tell-all of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days, I'm a bit comprehensive. But hey, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, every single person that is a member of Patreon, where you will find today's episode of 90 Day Fiancé UK, Season 1, Episode 6. Nonetheless, though, let's also give a big massive shout out to every single person that is a subscriber of the channel as we continue to grow. Now, with that being said, let's get into this one.
Guillermo and I are good today. It's not like that every day, but today's a good day. I think the other couples probably think that I'm like controlling, and I'm most worried about maintaining my composure if somebody says some slick to me, because I have a slick mouth.
I'm still learning on how Kara is in America. It's so frustrating.
So straight off the bat, we start off with a complaint. Not even positive vibes, it's just, yeah.
It's very stressful continuing to be the sole provider. I still have to work a lot and work hard. Things are expensive, they're not cheap, and if I'm already kind of like, have been supporting him since he's been here, it's very stressful.
Two couples in and we've already got complaints from both of the Americans. What a great start, guys. Your marriages must be feeling perfect right now.
To me, the relationship is not perfect. Just we're working on it.
I'm sure there'll be things that will come up today that he didn't tell me about or that we didn't communicate well on, so that's what I'm thinking about. The men get a little bit more of a pass, or a lot of bit more of a pass in general, and I can't wait to just express myself. I may be 5 feet tall, but I'm tough.
Relationship number 3. And legit, we're starting with complaints. This is fantastic, man. I guess these 90 days are fully worth it to get married, right, guys? There's no positive vibes at all. This is tragic before it's even began.
Today's gonna be a long day.
I know. I can't imagine that.
A lot's changed since the 90 days, good and bad. We're no longer in Dallas, and we've moved to Las Vegas. Whole new life, again. Poor days.
I'm a little worried with John because I don't want him like say something bad to me. I don't have patience for that.
I don't know what's gonna happen between John and Thais today, so hopefully it's, you know, cordial, but who knows what the hell he's gonna do.
The good news is their complaint wasn't about each other. Now that's a progression compared to the first 2 couples. Was it 3 couples?
We have a bunch of strong people. Just to let you guys know.
You're strong.
No, I'm gonna let you guys know you cannot fight with me because they cannot handle it. I think I'm nervous about just like reliving some of the tough conversations and get into fights again.
Always something.
So you know what it's like when we do the K1 visa, they're almost like a child that can't. Because like, when you can't even speak English, it's like I gotta make all the phone calls and I gotta make all the appointments and I gotta do this.
I still do that anyway, shoot. It can sometimes, in the midst of all of it, you can feel really frustrated that the person can't work, but it's like not his fault. You know, it's not anyone's fault.
No.
Like they want, of course, but yet I'm still here doing everything. Yeah, so it's like this weird place where you can't be mad at anyone, but you feel it.
Feels amazing being in New York. I'm very, very excited to meet the cast members. Excited to kind of hash things out as well.
I know Bilal means well, but not a baby. Bilal seems a little headstrong when it comes to understanding that he.
If I hear about a prenup, post-nup, any nup, I'm not gonna be happy. I don't want to hear about no nups. Okay? Already complaining. And aren't these 2 meant to be on happily ever after?
He does a lot of mansplaining. He hates when I say lecture, like that is like a word I should not use, but I want him to see himself. And maybe when he sees that, he could probably do things differently.
Kobe and I were a typical marriage relationship. Everyone gets into their battles or situations, and that's just marriage, but we made a beautiful family together. Hello. I feel like, wow. Yeah, right?
Just to let you know, Emily, when you was having your disputes on the show, you wasn't actually married. There wasn't really marriage situations.
We had a party. Hi, babe.
How do they say, is it namaste or? I'm not perfect, you know, so I'm not here ready to point finger at people or focus on people's relationship. But if anybody want to come to me, I mean, I don't like problems, but if you don't want to bring problems, let it bring the problems, no problem.
All right, everyone, watch out. Kobe's here. Yep. Come on, man. Like, pipe yourself down, son. Pipe yourself down.
I'm not nervous at all. I'm ready. I'm excited for the tell-all. The tell-all's not ready for me. The tell-all's not ready for JIBRI. And all this energy. You feel me?
We have our difficulties.
Should we all just turn off the screen right now and just not bother watching anymore? This guy, the tell-all's not ready for me, Mr. Love and Light. Shut up. Oh, look, they're matching again. Oh, how cute. I mean, that's a good, to be fair though, the fact that they're still matching does show a good sign to say that, hey, they're in a good place. So I give them that, because that's been their thing since forever. But that's been their thing even if they're not in a good place. So therefore, they may not be in a good place. But hey, we're about to find out.
This adjusting to the married life. Definitely a little bit nervous.
Welcome to the party.
Party's here.
Whatever energy other give me, I'm gonna give them the same back, just multiply.
Are you jealous of his too?
Are you jealous of your
You jealous of my
too?
suit?
Yeah.
You stole my outfit.
I know, that's what I was just
You
saying.
stole my
I don't want to sit next to you, I don't want to outshine you.
Hey, we from a different planet if you sit next to me.
I'm cuter, it's okay.
You look good though. You look good though, but I'm best dressed, boy. I'm best dressed.
I think JIBRI probably will get mad about something because that's the way he acted. He was fighting with his best friend, but he will not fight with someone here.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you already find your friend?
Me and we got a long history. Like
But you dated his sister?
I dated his twin sister.
Yeah, you didn't know.
No, he beat my ass, put me in a coma, and then my mom was like, "You going to boot camp?" So she sent me to military school. And right when I got out of military, and then she's like, "Let me introduce you to my twin brother."
Shut
And I looked, I was like, "Oh, that's
What?
good, put me in a coma."
That
I was
is
like, well,
wild.
date your sister now, so I guess we even.
What's wrong with you?
It's like ringside scene.
Let's go.
Let's get backstage to watch.
Man, I wait like so many months for this, Kenny. It's like season 9 of the originator.
You know what? That's what I want to say.
90 Fiancé.
OG.
It's a tell-all. I mean,
Biggest event, the pinnacle to 90 Day Fiancé.
hell yeah, man.
It's gonna be
It's
off
super
the
special.
chain.
Off the chain. You're too old to say that.
It's gonna be a humdinger.
A humdinger. There you go.
There you go. Is that age appropriate?
That's right, Grams.
Sean's gonna do
I
beautifully.
can't wait.
as
He's
always.
like amazing at getting people to answer uncomfortable questions, but I've got some questions of my own here.
I want to.
Sean ain't good at doing nada. Good at what questions? Are you like, man, this is the problem. They bring in commentators who then say that Sean's good at a job. Which straight away is going to tell me that the commentators are going to be bad at their job. But I can only hope that I'm wrong because I want them to come in with some juicy, you know what I mean? There's no juicy, then boy, it's going to be looking a bit peak for us today, isn't it? Tragic. Yep.
Talk with a couple of these people. Yeah, I have some questions myself.
You know, maybe me and you can just sneak around and try to ask some more questions.
We can find out what's really going on here. We can get the tea. This is like a dream come true to be able to see it this way.
Live? I feel like you ever try to get concert tickets and get that front row seat, you know, you never get it, but we got it.
We
this
got
time.
it.
It's like,
All right, yada yada. You two are just boring me now. Come on now. Let's get into the show. I don't care about this.
Guess we'll see how this goes.
I am not worried about what anybody says.
I'm a little nervous. I know I have some bullets coming my way that I'm gonna have to dodge and, you know, hit back with, but all of you have that you did too that you're not proud of. So, yeah.
Right here?
Hi,
Mohammed?
Hi, Eve. Nice to meet you.
Nice seeing you too.
All of this flipping, you know, the other intros. Let's just get into the nitty and gritty, okay? Let's get into it now. This is where the show begins. Yeah, let's go.
We have 7 couples with us today. Everyone here had the same goal in mind, find their one true love. And everyone here hopes they have accomplished that goal. But the test, tonight, we will look back on their unique journeys as these couples open up about their biggest fights, their moments of doubt, their shocking revelations, and of course, they have a first here on 90 Day. 2 folks are pregnant.
It's baby number 3?
No,
It's baby number 3?
no, it's not. It's not us.
I want you to raise your hand if it is you.
Who is it? You're
Thais and Patrick and Karen Guillermo. Congratulations. This has never happened before on 90 Day. This is the first. We got 2 people. Both Thais and Kara are pregnant. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay, Patrick and Thais, I want to start with you. First of all, it's great to see you. How far along, Thais, are you in your pregnancy?
16 weeks.
16 weeks.
16 weeks. Wow. Okay. Kara, same question for you. How far along are you?
Also 16 weeks.
Oh, really?
Today. Yeah.
Okay, what is this? Like, were you all calling each other?
You're like, all right, I have to join today.
Right. Okay, we're gonna do
And they're both wearing green as well. It's quite interesting because guys from Brazil, Gmo's from somewhere from South America. Interesting, the South Americans. Okay, whatever.
dig back into this, dig into your relationship and see how things have been going. Right now, though, I'm going to pivot to Bilal and Shaeeda. How is married life treating you?
It's going good. I'm still learning about Bilal. I realize it's a process.
Oh,
We are still
it's a process.
It's a process. We are still getting to know each other. Like, although we are married, we still.
Yeah, I think we're definitely like every week there's a new piece to the puzzle that we're both like learning about each other. You know, the quirks that we both have. You know.
Bilal, are you admitting you have quirks?
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Okay. Emily and Kobe, how are you doing? So nice to meet you guys. When we last saw you, you two had the update.
Yep. Yeah, so we have a little girl named Scarlett.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yeah, she's wonderful. So, yeah, just 2 kids. Kobe's working now. I'm a stay-at-home mom, like I always wanted to be. And, yeah.
Okay, wait, so, this is news. Kobe, so you're working now. What are you doing?
I'm a stay-at-home mom like I always wanted to be. Shock.
Asphalt, make sure they have the right specifications before they take them to the road.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he gets all the overtime he wants.
Lots of overtime. That means you're bringing in the big bucks now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait to see how you are adapting.
I love the way Emily's like, yeah, gets all the overtime he wants. Just pushing that money. But I am happy though. I'm very happy that he's been able to get a job and obviously he's provided for his family because that was the aim. And I'm happy he's done that. You know what I mean? Come on now, let's give a round of applause for that. I'm sure that daddy is happy and that daddy is able to actually have a holiday now and he's able to retire now.
To your new life with these two beautiful children. Right now, though, let me go over to JIBRI and Miona. JIBRI, first of all, thank you for dressing up for us. Now, your family and friends had many concerns about your marriage to Miona. How is everybody getting along now?
They see I'm happy. They see that I'm really just pushing forward and I'm doing well, and it's a lot of jealousy. That's what I feel like. So it's been rough.
JIBRI, what do you think your family and friends are jealous of?
We look good together. We shine. So when you shine, people try to dim your light.
Miona, do you think that JIBRI's mother is jealous of you?
I'm definitely not trying to compete with anyone, but there has been a weird energy, definitely. If there's a problem with the mother-in-law, then it's kind of on the son a lot of the time because the son maybe is not getting the attention, or maybe Miona sort of came off as being a little bit defensive, like, you know, in the beginning when she met your family. So maybe they felt like, oh, like, what?
So you think my mom is jealous? You're the most jealous person on this whole cast, so how you gonna say that my mom?
Well, if I'm jealous, can I
So Ari speaks up. She just says her general opinion. You know, nothing wrong with that, and she's not saying it in a malicious way. You know, tone is completely fine. But JIBRI wants to turn up. Why are you turning up for? And also have some respect. She's a lady. Like, just because you think that she's the most jealous person on the cast, that's cool. But conduct yourself properly. There's no need for the animosity, because at the end of the day, all she did was just speak up casually, calmly, respectfully, and he's like blah 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 blah. Yo, Benny, stand up for your woman right quick. At this point, if I'm Benny, I'm like, Ari, do you know what? Let me handle this, because there ain't no one talking about my lady like this. Nah, we ain't doing that. Who is this Clout?
recognize jealousy?
Right, obviously, it has to be because you're jealous of everything.
Coming up, JIBRI, you don't think Ari and Benny's relationship is gonna work out?
No, you hate the overprotective, overbearing stuff.
Jealous? Can I recognize jealousy?
Right, obviously, you must be because you're jealous of everything.
So if he keeps us up, like, man, it's gonna be a hell of a ride.
He came in for a fight.
Yeah, I think so. It's like what they say when you go to prison, you just gotta hit somebody so people don't mess with you. Like that mentality of
That was
like.
a good analysis of that. It's the truth. He acts like he has a chip on his shoulder, but he's gonna get a target on his back, which he's ready to rumble.
I just need like a whole segment with just JIBRI and Ari. Like, that's all.
Get everybody else off the stage and let them duke it out.
You're jealous of my clothes.
No, I'm not jealous of nothing.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Ariel and Benny, always good to see you guys. Now, how have you been doing since you finally tied the knot?
We're doing good, but, you know, we always have the same kind of issues, like, you know, with communication. I will say, Benny has some really good news to share.
Oh, what's your good news, Benny?
My good news is I get my green card.
Wow, congratulations. Nice, very nice.
So now he has to work, right? He finally gets to work. Okay, cool. I hear green card. I hear, okay, so now you can work. Oh, can you get a work permit before your green card? I know you need your green card, right? Yeah. It's whatever. Either way, though, congratulations. I hope the green card and him being able to work is gonna, put less strain on their relationship and things are gonna, move in the best direction. But hey, yeah.
Nice.
But that doesn't mean that I want to see them back on on another 90-day show, though. You know what I mean? Even if they get better, I don't want to see it. These two burn out, fatigue now. Don't want to see them no more. Come on now.
You can go to work, right?
Now I can work now. I can be father.
And what kind of work do you want to do?
I'm going to use my MMA. 100% I have confidence. Like for me, I'm the best fighter.
Do you wish that Ari was more supportive of you?
Well, let's be clear that I've never said don't do this. I said if you're going to do it, you need to be realistic about doing it. And that's what my point is, like, you know, just see the full picture. That's what I say.
I know that one of the ongoing issues between you two has been the issue of jealousy.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm very jealous. I would say I'm reasonable. Like, you expect the person that you're.
I just think people need to remember though that her jealousy stems from the very beginning of the relationship, in terms of obviously, you know, him talking to other XYZ. But because the jealousy is always going to stem from them, is why they shouldn't be together. Simple as that. Simple as that. Once your jealousy has been triggered, leave. Case closed.
With to tell you, you know, certain things. What do you think I'm jealous?
Yeah. Just like, bro, yes. Just like JIBRI, what he said, just feel overprotective.
Come here. You can't do that. You can't, especially him, because he's trying to pursue his dreams. So the more jealous you get, it's just going to hold y'all back and y'all not going to work out. Because he's going to...
The way my man fully moved from his seat, he switched seats with Miona just so he can get closer to get his point across. What does he think he is? Bro, this guy's bringing way too much energy here. He thinks he's got a big dick. No. Pop down your small dick energy. What's we doing? And Benny's embarrassing himself right now. You can't be letting someone talk to your woman like this. Like, he went from snapping them from the very beginning to them being rude to now changing seats so he can get closer. Bruh. Benny, you need to step in and tell him, listen, you can say what you want to say, but pipe down how you want to say it. This is when you know people ain't really loving the person. You idiots.
He's going to reach to the top. But you're not, you're preventing him.
Why he's going to reach to the top? Because he has people around him, including me, who help him and protect him.
No, you're pessimistic about his career as a fighter.
I believe Vinny can do anything that he wants to. He's got so much potential, but he needs someone to push him. So what I do push him, but I also ask him to be realistic.
No, you won't hold him back. You hate. You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
So for you, even your mom's hating, like, oh, my mother's jealous of my relationship.
No, that's not that.
Like,
it's the overprotective, overbearing stuff that you're talking about.
I feel like you have an attitude like it's me against
No.
everyone's just jealous of me. Everyone's like this. You should be realistic too.
No, I'll be realistic. I'll fight you. We can set up a fight.
He's rolling up at his practice and threatening to fight his partner because she's a woman.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'm a jealous person. Like,
No. This ain't right. Why is it Kara's... Listen, drop. Shout out to Kara for stepping in. But why are the ladies all sitting here allowing JIBRI to talk to another woman like this? But the fact is, though, this ain't even on the ladies. It's on Benny. One of my biggest pet hates. I don't care if me and my woman are in a good mood or not, or on the best terms or not. Ain't no one talking to her like as if she's some next gal. Put some respect in your tone. JIBRI's a bully to women.
I'm happy.
I hate to say it, but where is Angela Deem and Kimbali when you need them? Where are they when you need? To be fair, I hate to say, even where's Big Ed when you need him to? Even though Big Ed is a sexist, there are times when he would just stand up for the sake of it because he loves to he likes to treat other people one way, even though he doesn't do it in his own relationships. Then obviously Kimbali and Angela would have been like, oh, excuse me, I don't know what you're doing, honey. I won't lie to you, like, you know what I mean? Where are they? Where are they when you need them? Because no one's stepping up. But even though it should be Benny. Fuck.
I love that he works in a lab by himself.
What do you mean by that, Kobe?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean, Kobe?
She's like, when I did this, she is jealous. I understand that you can be in love without being jealous.
If he saw me wrestling a girl on the floor,
Man,
should have put the building would have been on fire.
For sure. Like, in the floor?
yeah, maybe if there was more communication, like, it would be like easier to handle.
Kobe will come home from work and just tell me. Like, I don't even have to ask. He's like, this happened at work, or like, here's who I like saw at work. Like, I don't ask him. You know what I mean?
Kobe, do you tell Emily everything that happened to you at work?
I tell her what she needs to know.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, that's everything, okay? He tells me everything.
You need a healthy amount of that. Because what happens when he does win this fight and he's getting $1 million a fight? You know how many girls are going to be chasing you? And you are going to be losing your mind. The difference is how you handle your jealousy. Everybody's jealous. How you express your jealousy, that's what matters. I'm jealous over her, like, but the way she expresses hers, the way she expresses hers, that's what makes the difference.
But it's different when there's a million women in his inbox, you know, being like, oh, if you need a green card, come marry me. The tidy-whitey scene, talk about my man's junk, okay? So many DMs about it. I'm like, all right, well, we all the time, so all these women can back off.
I do agree with what's being said right now, but I'm still not moving away from the fact that JIBRI's mannerism is not proper. It's unacceptable.
Kobe, what is this about the tidy-whities?
Ask him what's on his underwear right now. Can you show us what's on your underwear, please?
Come on, just show a little bit. Yeah. Oh,
You better show him, Kobe. I'm so wise. Hey, but I got jealous.
Yeah, exactly. Taken.
Gotta step it up, man.
Exactly.
We gotta step it up.
Wow. So we've got a lot more to dig into. Let's move on over now to Eve and Mohammed. It is really good to meet you guys. How is your relationship now that you're married?
I mean, we always got along as far as like being in each other's company. Well, now I'll just put on whatever I want, and he doesn't, give me a hard time.
Oh,
and
no,
complain.
that
How's it fake of America?
Yeah, that's
He
progress.
says, "Oh, you look pretty. Oh, I like that color."
So clothes that she's wearing now, before you didn't like them, but now you say, okay, fine?
Since I arrived to America, I never told her,
Mohammed,
even when she was...
Maybe now.
I think I remember differently.
I never told her to change what she's wearing. Maybe I can tell my opinion about it, but not like you can't wear that, or you can,
Mohammed, didn't you ask Eve to put a coat over her thong?
I meant like maybe she should...
Put a coat over her
Yeah.
thong, right?
When I came here to America, it took time to understand the culture more and her lifestyle as well.
He's learning. He's actually expanding his relationship. He gonna work out. Y'all ain't gonna work out.
I would say the
It
same
ain't
about you
gonna
guys,
work
but
out for y'all. Nah, it ain't gonna work out for y'all.
Why is he? Why? The tell-all isn't ready for me. Fuck. The tell-all doesn't need you. Shut up, man. He's got something to say for everything. But the worst thing is, it's not even informative. You two ain't gonna work out, but you two are. I mean, it's good TV, but I want to hear other people talk.
You don't think Ari and Benny's relationship?
You know what this is, isn't it? He wants to get as much clout possible from this episode, from the tell-alls, so everything is about him at the end of it. So everybody's talking about JIBRI at the end of it. So therefore, when he drops his amazing music, people would want to go and view it. Yeah, this is literally a PR strategy. That's what he's doing. He's just instigating for the sake of it. That's it. He wants everybody to talk about JIBRI. I see what he's doing here. I see what he's doing. You know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Smart. You know, I fell into it, but now I know. I'm pulling myself out. Let's continue.
Relationship is gonna work out?
Y'all fake. Y'all ain't gonna work out.
we're fake.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I'm just giving you the truth.
So the guy in the $1 million suit.
I feel like $1 million. You gonna be mad when your man's wearing $1 million suit? Watch.
JIBRI, why do you think they're not gonna work out?
I know they're not gonna work out, so I don't think. She's
Why?
too jealous. She's too jealous. That's when you're holding him back. She's holding you back, bro. You are. You know what I mean? And you're gonna get there. She's holding you back. She's gonna start. She's dimming your light. I'm just being real with you.
I'm sorry, but why is Benny not saying a single word?
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I can just see him with his cowboy hat.
Oh, yeah.
Popping off 6-shooters.
Now that we've heard from everybody, I want to kick things off with Patrick and Thais. Last we saw them, they had just walked down the aisle without her father's blessing. But since then, there are some big new developments in their life. All right, Patrick and Thais, good to see you. And again, congratulations on the pregnancy. What was your initial reaction when you found out you were pregnant?
I was surprised.
I was surprised too. Afraid.
Surprised?
Yeah.
Scary.
And then really excited.
Why were you surprised?
Just because like a year ago I was doing like fertility tests. I didn't have any sperm because of like my past with like PED use. So
That's steroid use
Yeah.
for working out, for
weightlifting.
For weightlifting? Okay.
Yeah, so like I had like 0 sperm.
You had no sperm at
Yeah,
all?
0.
Okay.
So then went to the doctor, got it all fixed.
And one day I said, "Patrick, I think I'm pregnant," when I was in Brazil. And he said, "No, because I can't make
You can't have kids. He was
yeah.
saying, I can't have kids.
Yeah.
And you didn't know
Yeah.
that he couldn't have kids.
I was very upset when he told me, because he didn't told me until 1 year together, right? Oh.
So you were talking about wanting to have a
Yeah,
baby one
and
day.
he didn't told me that he can't.
Patrick, that was something you would have shared, right?
I think it's one of many things where I've tried to discuss it, but then the language barrier makes it so like she just doesn't understand
We
what
had
I'm talking
Google
about.
Translator. We had Google Translator. I was
We
in
didn't use
Brazil.
it.
Thais, when you found out you were pregnant,
I did 6 tests. Every test was positive. Yeah, 6.
yeah, you're pretty pregnant.
I was hiding the test on the toilet.
Okay.
And the top, there's a...
the cabinet.
Yeah.
You were hiding them in the cabinet. You did 6 at-home pregnancy tests and kept all of them from Patrick?
She did that because that's how she does everything. Like she doesn't tell you anything until like it's like exactly certain. If there's
Yeah.
any chance that it might not happen, like she doesn't want to like jinx it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. And why didn't you tell him, like, after the first or second one?
I was trying to understand everything.
She didn't know. This is what she did. She lied to me and made me have make her a gyno appointment for something else, supposedly. So I called and made her a gyno appointment, and then after that, she finally decided to tell me it was real.
And then what happened? Does he go with you to the gynecologist?
No.
Patrick said nope.
You go by yourself and get the official test,
Yes.
and then that's when you come back and tell him.
Yeah. He was a little mad because I
bet.
invited a friend, a Brazilian friend, because she speaks English fluent and Portuguese fluent. She helped me
She has her friend knew before I did.
No, more, no,
Yeah,
not
she
like
did.
that. Jesus, no.
You told your girlfriend before you told Patrick.
Yes.
Okay. What he just said, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's her way of doing things. Like
But this is so interesting because Thais, you were upset when Patrick was talking to John behind your back and wasn't telling you what was going on. So
there's a few double standards. Like she can look at all the messages on her DMs, but I can't look at mine. I gotta wait. I gotta wait till he's there to see the if girls message me.
Because when I was in Brazil, he lied a little bit. He said like, okay, I'm going out, we're working, and I'm going home. And I don't trust him because he lied before.
Wow.
What did he lie about?
He said he was training a girl and he was actually, I don't know that word, dating, making out with a girl.
He said he was training a girl,
It's not
but he was
professional.
actually, what, having sex with her?
Yes,
What?
And this is exactly what people keep forgetting. That's why she's always been the way she is, with the jealousy and the paranoia. But just like Ari, this is why really and truly you shouldn't be marrying someone who you're always going to have a jealousy tendency for. But hey, it is what it is.
He was actually, what, having sex with her?
Yes,
Oh my God.
No, I'm not jealous. Like, oh, don't leave me. I was just saying, be honest. You want to be with her? You can. You're like free.
So you two were in a relationship. You and Patrick were in a relationship.
Yes.
Okay, he's shaking his head no. You're saying yes. Would you?
At the beginning,
It was like after the first
you
time
went
we
to
met.
Brazil every month. You were talking with a girl like me here. You talk with a girl with your cell phone.
That was after.
And look
That was the first time we were there.
on Instagram.
That was after the first trip.
After 8 months, we are together.
Wait, how did Shaw not know that Patrick had been unloyal when it was said in the episode? Does that mean that the host doesn't even watch the show? Shouldn't she have that on her notepad as well? If I knew it, surely Miss Robinson should have known it. It was, I'm not the inside person. Do you know what I mean? I don't work for TLC. Maybe one day. TLC, call me. I'm the perfect replacement. Bring your boy. You know what I mean? I'll make your show even better. Trust me. But anyway, either way though, it's interesting how she didn't know that and I did. Let's think about that. Watch the program you're gonna host on, you dummy.
You were low-key Instagram.
There was no 8. I wasn't even 8. We were not together 8 months, and I was with her, training her.
But you were kissing the girl when you were still seeing Thais.
Yeah, kind of. Like it was the
kind of
first
get
trip.
the honest.
It was the first trip.
Not
So it was
first trip,
after.
a second trip.
I'm just saying, like I don't think we're in a relationship at that point. It was a confusing time.
What was confusing? What was confusing about it?
Because like I dated this girl before I met Thais,
Yeah.
and she kind of went away, and then Thais came in the picture, and then this girl like wanted to come back, and then I was going back to Thais, and so it was like there was no full commitment to Thais yet. There wasn't a commitment to her. It was like, you know,
Dating me, having sex with me, and dating other girl, working with other girl and having sex at the same time.
I didn't have sex with her.
Jesus. Okay.
Patrick, wait, you just said you weren't having sex with the other
no,
girl?
I didn't have sex with her. There was a couple attempts to have sex, but like there was like heavy drinking involved, and so like it never happened on my part. That was it.
But it seems like, Patrick, it sounds like you were dating 2 women at one time.
Yeah.
And you were not honest with them. Like,
I'm pretty sure I told you what happened.
you don't, because if you say this, oh, not come back to Brazil.
Imagine having this conversation when your woman's pregnant. The hormones are going wild right now. Not the best time for this conversation. Looking big. Don't looking for you tonight. It's crazy though, because before they got into this conversation, I was going to say, and I'm so happy that I held back. But I was thinking about saying, you know what? I feel like they've come a long way and they look like they're in a much better place now, which they do look like they are. But now we're bringing back in the spanners into the woodwork, and boy, it's looking big.
And I found out the worst day, the day we were engaged.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, I found out. I have your cell phone and you were on the water, and I found out.
Wait a minute, the day that he proposed to you, you found out he was seeing another woman?
He was talking before while we were together. So I find out that day.
And you continue to marry him anyway. Green card.
It was like,
Patrick, you were so busted.
no,
Just
I'm not
admit it.
busted. This is like, she's explaining the timeline wrong.
When you were in Brazil, you sent her a message.
Yeah, it was after one of the fights we got into.
I understand what you're saying as far as, hey, we wasn't committed, but it kind of sounds like you wanted to do some things with the other person, just that you were drunk.
Yeah,
and
no,
things
I was
couldn't
in the
happen.
wrong.
Yeah.
100%. I was in the wrong. I'm just trying to explain myself. That's all.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Oh my God, Mr. Justified. I'm telling you, he don't think what he did is wrong. That's what's scary. Is he really doesn't think what he did is wrong.
He didn't dip the stick, so it doesn't count.
In his mind, he's like, I didn't perform, so it's not cheating. I mean, is it? Like, if your junk won't work.
The whole cheating crap between Thais and Patrick, there's like 3 years ago.
I know, but see, that's what happened. She got called out on doing something wrong. I called my girlfriend out on like, hey, you're not being fair. She brings us some from 2.5 years ago, and we have to rehab that fight because she knows she's about to lose the fight that we're in.
So he knows he screwed up with that, and he owned it. The penis works, but the sperm don't come out right.
Well, I didn't really understand that whole thing. I mean,
I'll draw you pictures.
Yeah.
Get new sperm, though. It's not like, it's like deformed sperm.
I still can't believe we're still having conversations about what is cheating. Cheating is cheating. Case closed.
JIBRI doesn't think my relationship with Benny is going to last, but I'm not really concerned about him because he's just a bully.
Beanie deserves better than that girl. Ari, she's not good for him. But she got a little mouthpiece on her, and Ari's an insecure woman. She's insecure of him. We all have issues, but they have serious issues. And
I kind of thought it was over JIBRI to say that like our relationship is fake. Like we've been together 3.5 years. We have a beautiful baby. Like we love each other. I mean, I love you. I don't know if you love me, but I love you. So that's hurtful to say to somebody like you're not gonna work out. Yeah.
So why didn't you speak up then, you moron?
yeah, I honestly feel like JIBRI's not being different. He's just being who JIBRI is.
Oh look, Mr. Oh, you know, if anybody messes with me, you know, better watch out. But why are you all speaking now behind JIBRI's back? JIBRI was more than happy to say what he wanted to say in front of every single one of you, but none of you stepped up. None of you. And now you want to step up? I hate people like that, man. Like,
Let us turn our attention to Kara and Guillermo. Now, you two had your share of doubts leading up to the wedding, but you cast those doubts aside and ended the season happily married. But since then, your story has taken a major turn.
True.
You are pregnant. Congratulations again. Congratulations. All right, guys, I want to talk about a major source of conflict between Kara and Guillermo. Guillermo felt that Kara was being too controlling and treated him like a child, especially when it came to planning their wedding. Was she? Let's take a look.
but he still proceeded to marry her. Do you know what a child has in common with Guillermo? A child would be like, stop treating me like a child, or a teenage child, should I say? Stop treating me like I'm a child, okay? I'm growing up, you know. No. Sorry, wrong one. I tell you what, Guillermo has in common with a child. A child will request, a parent will say no. The child will have to forgive and continue anyway. Guillermo will say that she's treating him like a child, but he will proceed to continue anyway. So what I'm trying to say is that if he's a grown man and he's upset about her treating him like a child, well then you voice it like he did, but then you voice it to make sure it doesn't happen again. But he voiced it and it continued to happen and then he stayed in the relationship. A child does the same thing. Difference is that the child feels like they have to put up with being told X, Y, Z. And on the other hand, they have an exit clause. He didn't take it. He got married anyway. I know a lot of you love him, but green card. Nah, it's probably not that deep. I do believe he does love her. He does have feelings for her, but to allow someone to treat you the way she was, the way she was, and probably still does. Nah, I ain't marrying someone like that. Which makes me do wonder though. Like, just why get married if something? You know, why am I even bothering? This is TLC for goodness sake.
Guillermo has lived like a much more not rigid financial lifestyle, and so like my money's his money, but we also have to make sound decisions and agree on what we buy. There's gonna be things that come up that we're not planning on. We'll have to leave money for those things. Like that's why computer doesn't make any sense right now, because like we don't need it. We don't need it. You don't need it.
I don't like her talking down to me because it's like trying to make me feel like a little kid. I just got here and you want to control me? I mean, she's not my mom.
Oh my God.
You know, it's just sometimes he'll be saying some stuff and I'm like maybe naive. You know, like how kids can be naive and they just say things sometimes and you're like, oh, that's cute because they're little. Like there's times that I don't act 30. I mean, there's times
I got you. You say you admit the fact that you treat him like a child. Does that make any sense? Is this somebody who's going to be like a father of your child?
I know grown-ass men that still act like children.
Will you accept being a child just because you want to
I just know who I am. My mother raised me in one way.
Hey guys, I want to know who usually
So basically your mama's boy.
feels like the adult in their relationship. Blah.
I think it's the American.
Yeah, you know, like what, I don't feel like I treat her like a child. At least I try not to. I think we are equal.
You sound very naive.
Let me just, naive. Because she has been living in a box for, for basically her whole life. She's 37. Not like your typical 37, maybe from America, who has lived on her own.
She doesn't have the experience
so
of a lot
she's never
of
paid
other
bills. She's never,
37-year-olds.
You don't have to say that a lot on television.
I'm sorry. But what I'm just saying, just what we would consider like basic things. Like I'm trying to explain her, and then she says I'm lecturing her.
Bilal, you sound like a professor sometimes.
But what about the laptop? You told me to get a toothbrush. That's condescending. It's controlling. You said, why don't we start with the toothbrush?
Yeah, it's affordable.
No, it's condescending. He's talking about a laptop, you bring up a toothbrush. It's just like, it's controlling. That's what you're trying to shut down him as fast as you can, as soon as he has an idea, as soon as he has a thought.
I mean, I think I thoroughly explained why we didn't need a laptop. And I was like, all right, well, let's start with something small. A toothbrush could be anything. A toothbrush, pair of underwear, like a sock.
Yeah, I think when you get condescending, it becomes controlling because you're literally controlling the conversation. You're shutting it down immediately. He gets no opinion. He gets no say. And it's very American women.
The way about was like, yeah, that's very American women. Did I just say that? Did I just say that? Nah, I didn't say that. I was just playing. Nah, listen. I mean, I wouldn't have seen it as condescending, but I can understand why he's saying it's condescending. But I feel like she explained to him that it's not affordable. I remember this scene, she explained to him, and then she was like, but we can always start with something small. And obviously, she just thought the first thing that came to my head, which just happened to a toothbrush. You know, I don't think that was like literally lingering around. I don't think she had intentions of saying toothbrush. She just wanted to say that, listen, we can't afford that right now, but we can start off with something small. I don't know, like a toothbrush. That's it. You see what I'm saying? But again, I can see why Patrick thinks or sees it as condescending, but for me personally, I didn't feel like she was being condescending personally. I feel like she was just laying down the law. But then again, at the same time though, I am quite similar, to be fair, in that aspect, which is probably why obviously I agree with her more than disagree, because I'm the kind of person that if I'm in a relationship with someone, you know, and buying something isn't realistic, I'm the kind of person saying, listen, we can't afford it. I wouldn't even come, but the only difference is I wouldn't then answer it with an alternative, which I guess the alternative is the condescending part. You know what? Okay, I'll go with it. Yeah, it is condescending, yeah. Because I think for me personally, I'd be like, we can't afford it. Actually, no, I'll be like, no, we can't afford it. But we could always get that over there, though. Is it condescending, though? It's a bit of a sticky one, isn't it? It really depends on your personality and your perspective. But I'm going to go with, I don't feel like her intentions weren't to be condescending. Even if she was, those were not the intentions. It was just she was just trying to be logical about the finances, and that was it. And Jima was just being a little kid about it. And that's why it is what it is. If he got treated like a kid, then that's his fault.
Wow. Coming up, Bilal is still very... Patrick just said all of the American...
Well, motivated, direct.
Okay. Or controlling.
Kobe bought a laptop, you know.
I might.
But let me tell you something. He's used that laptop probably about 10 times.
Guillermo, how many times have you opened your laptop since...
Many times.
No, let's be honest.
Couple times.
A couple of times.
We're not just talking about using the laptop. We're talking about, like what he said, American women, like the attitude of controlling, especially when the foreigner just getting, or your fiance from a different country comes in. You feel like there's no respect.
Well, when he says something like, hey, we have a limited budget, but I want a computer, I'm thinking, where's his brain thinking that he needs a computer when we have so many other things? Like, it's like he's not thinking about the future.
Yeah, how is that controlling? That's not controlling. It's being realistic.
You know what? I am on the American woman's side. And you know what? I hate to say it, but you know what? I am on the American woman's side. And I tell you why. Because you see, if you've been living in America and you know the struggles, the challenges of America, you're going to have a certain knowledge towards it. If you're bringing someone in who hasn't got that knowledge and things are a bit more different where they come from, it's important to educate that person. The question is, how do you go about it? How do you go about the education? That is just the key. But sometimes, no matter how you go about it, the other person can be naive regardless. Because in their mind, they're like, yeah, but I've seen so many movies in America and you guys have everything. But what they don't understand is that it's a freaking movie. And what they also don't understand is that even these reality stars that they see, like the Kardashians and whatnot, these are people who are already in a good place financially. We are not them. Understand? End of the day, I don't see the issue here, man. Like, I feel like sometimes with men, I'm gonna contradict myself here, to be honest with you. Just waiting for that noise to disappear. I'm not contradict myself. I'm gonna contradict myself a little bit here when it comes to British women. Okay, come at me. I know for me personally, right, that there are certain aspects of British women that I find that are not applicable to me, that I feel like clash with myself. But I wouldn't then say, oh, British women are this, British women are that necessarily, because it just says that my mindset is different to a certain degree. See what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, it doesn't mean that I'm never not going to date a British woman or a woman from Britain. It doesn't mean that I'm never going to sit down with a woman from Britain. It just means that there's going to be certain things that compromises have to be done on both sides. Whether that happens or not is the question. So this idea that some men have this thing of, oh, you know, I just can't be with an American woman, or I just can't be with a British woman, or whatever, yeah, I think that's a complete BS. Because what it means is that you are not strong enough to be able to handle a woman from your own country because of whatever, because clearly you got small dick energy. Like if you're an alpha, sigma, whatever you want to call it, you should be able to eventually find that right person no matter where they are in the world and get that compromise. If you're unable to compromise with a woman from America or the UK, then that means you're blatantly looking for a woman in another country that you can then control, that you can then be, that is then submissive. And to be fair, that is the pattern, isn't it? That is the pattern. When time we see these American guys go with some of the women that we've seen them go with, they find women who they feel like they can control. And that's why there's always a level of disrespect at the very beginning. We look at Patrick's relationship with Dice at the very beginning. It was very clear that he just wanted a woman from Brazil for XYZ. Okay? We look at Bilal in his situation with Shaeeda. Now, obviously, he's experienced American women. It hasn't worked out. He's now trying to bring a woman from the Caribbean. And all he's trying to do is control everything. Okay? These are things that we have actually seen, to be fair with you. So to be fair, though, whilst Patrick is there slamming American women, why not slam American men for purpose of trying to find a woman outside America who's not controlling? Because the matter of fact is, the clash is that American man and American woman are both controlling. It's just that communication is a myth. And because communication is a myth, there's no compromise. Same as a British man and a British woman, give or take, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Listen, I do know, but end of the day, I just feel like this whole narrative against American women needs to stop. I may not be in America. I may have never been in a relationship with an American woman. I'd love to be. Don't get me wrong. Do you know what I mean? Just I'm in the UK. You know what I'm saying? But end of the day, though, people love to just blame rather than self-reflect. This blame. Oh, American women this. American men are this. British women like this. British men are like this. Blame. No, just hold yourself accountable for your own actions. Why is it not working? What can you do better? And don't think that going and finding a woman from a different country who's going to allegedly be submissive is the answer. I think I said it. I think I said everything I need to say. I don't know. How I
just wanted to have some independencia, you know.
I know where you're coming from, and I'm not blaming you for saying that, but the reality is you have to have conversation and make him feel that you understand and discuss, you know.
But he has to as well. I mean, it's numbers. It's like math.
Like you just put him down. It's a put down. Your response is a put down.
It's a conversation that from this side, in my opinion, is going very respectful. And from the other side, it's like, no.
But is it hard to see why no? I mean, it's not like it's not
okay. If you're talking about communication, let's communicate.
I mean, you would prefer... Guillermo, I just feel like right now it's not a good idea. Would that be better?
Man, you don't know how much that means to men. There's a saying that 90% of the problems in the world is not the difference of opinion, but the tone used.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tells me that a lot.
All right, we are going
that I agree with. 100% agree with.
To hear more from Kara and Guillermo a little later. Now let's turn our attention to Bilal and Shaeeda. Their 90-day journey started on the wrong foot, and it took a long time for them to find solid ground in their relationship. Bilal, you have called yourself a neat freak? Yeah. Has any of that changed since you two got married? Shaeeda's like, no, has not changed.
It has not changed. Bilal is just so particular. Even eating food just a minute ago, you know, he's watching me. He finds super messy.
Like when you were eating here?
Yes.
He was telling you were being too messy?
Yes, but for him...
Context is everything. She had stuff all on her hands, and she was about to touch me and say, babe, I said, babe, you have stuff. It was not a small speck.
Small dust?
No. Guillermo seen it because he came and brought her some sanitizer.
Yes. How did I get dragged into this?
And it's hard, it's difficult. When I came here, it was a complete shock.
Mm-hmm. What was the biggest shock for you?
So many. The prank. We still have disagreements.
Since everybody had such strong feelings about this, how about we take a look at it again?
I wanted to see if Shaeeda truly wants me for me, not for what I have. And so I'm picking her up in a van that's not mine, taking her to a home that I grew up in. I'm really hoping to see if her words match with her actions. Get the door for you.
Yeah.
Huh?
I thought it was this one.
Oh, you thought this? No. I like you. I know you like big cars.
Bilal has always been secretive. It sort of worried me. I was like, what is he hiding? What does he have to hide? This is not real. This place is dilapidated. This place is not the place I want to be at. I'm getting sick and tired of you pranking me about this food in my nose. I hate this type of joke. That's an American thing.
I don't know where you come from, but the environment I come from, we keep our hands to ourselves.
So I can do that?
So what I'm gonna tell you is, stop. You gonna try to get wrecked? She's doing this as a joke, but it's a joke that I don't play.
Bilal, you have to be a bad man to step on this like this.
Yeah, this is the highway.
Just because I give you a little tap.
Yeah, you thought I was joking.
Wow. So let's go back to when you first arrived in the United States.
When Bilal came to Trinidad, I felt like I rolled out the red carpet for him. Yeah, I packed him food, I bring my parents. We treated him like royalty, right? So I was expecting the same treatment when I come to America. But to come into that house, I felt like, man. And the thing about it is he wants me to be grateful and appreciative. The house, it was not flattering.
The prank was the worst prank ever for me because like you place her in a position where everybody will feel like, no, this is a gold digger about the woman you intend to spend the rest of your life with. I mean, come on.
Tell you about her.
So I knew it wasn't gonna be like, oh, this is a beautiful, but I didn't think she would have took it as far as she did. Because I would give examples and say, let's say if I did have money and I lost it all, because I know a lot of people lose it, like, would you leave me or would you stay and help me rebuild something?
Sounds like there's a constant test going on there for quite some time.
It's interesting that you use the word test and you talk about control, but when it comes to you, there's not test or control. It's not test. It's just words of confirmation. Like, we always talk about the same thing. We want to build an empire together,
Ari, yeah, I just want to say, well, you always have an answer for everything, and I think that's suspicious. I feel like, you always want to, like, oh, no, but it's not like this, it's like this. Even with her, you're always like, and then you're like, no, you don't feel like this, you feel like this.
Let's talk about what happened in the...
This is me defending myself, but him having an answer for everything doesn't mean it's suspicious, because I know I have an answer for everything too. And I'm not suspicious, so yeah. Plus I'm a smart ass, so yeah. Ari, be quiet. Yeah.
Car. Who thinks that Shaeeda was being too physical with Bilal in the car?
Nobody.
No one.
No one. Yeah. Shaeeda, what were you thinking in the moment?
I think sometimes women test to see how what we could get away with.
You said do what?
This is what we could get to. Listen,
This
is for me to answer, right?
Use the word pass.
Bilal, he played a prank, and I was expecting to say, babe, chill, relax, cool yourself, right? I wasn't expecting him to get so serious. And that is when I realized when he pulled us out of the road, I say, you know what, this man can't take a joke. I say, you're dishing it, but you can't take it. Where's that one?
Okay. I'd be like...
That's what I'm saying. If you pulled over, I'm getting out. I'll get my own Uber. Like, yeah, bye.
One thing I would never, ever is kick her out the car, any woman for that matter, out of the car. Simply, I wanted her to stop hitting me in the head. Again, hindsight, something I should have did. Apologize as well to overreacting.
You said, Shaeeda's being aggressive. Like as if I was hitting you in an aggressive way. You haven't seen me aggressive yet, trust me.
Yeah, I've seen you aggressive. I've definitely seen you aggressive.
When I say something, I want to be like you whenever I grow up. Just the way you talk, and you always say sorry. That's like one of the most important things, because we get accept.
Well, it's a sales tactic. He's a salesman. I mean, he is an amazing salesman. That is what we are all witnessing right now. No one can really get their point across, and if they do, it's twisted and
It's a manipulation tactic.
And being a salesman, I'm watching in awe.
Well, what do you think about Patrick's assessment that the tactic that you use is kind of like a salesman?
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, yeah, I'm a salesman, but you're selling like we all sell at the end of the day. It's almost like dang if I do, dang if I don't.
Okay, Patrick, what do you say?
They'll never stop. Like, you can always control the conversation in a way because you know what to say, when to say, you know how when you say something, how that person's going to react. You know how to drop your tone. You know how to get people engaged. It's a habit now.
And how do you think that manifests itself in their relationship?
Well, easily, like, time out. Boom, takes control. Immediately, like, puts his aside, or like, when she's saying something, he's like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but this is how I see it. And then he goes into his point. Yeah, like I do.
So if I bring across something about you, I feel like you, like a salesperson, you have to say back something. Because you always have to win that conversation.
So is that what you just saw?
Overcoming objections.
Yeah. So, everything.
So like, okay, if the comment is about your behavior, do you automatically say, well, but what about your behavior, as opposed to just really concentrating on fixing the behavior that you saw?
Really. Yes, Sean. Really. That's exactly it. Yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Now we're getting passive aggressive now. Okay. You just said okay. Yeah. Like kind of like shutting it down.
No, whatever she said.
You do that. And
Okay, Shaeeda made it very clear that she did not want a prenup. Shaeeda, had you not gotten those additional clauses in the prenup, were you prepared to go back to Trinidad?
Yeah, I was not getting married without those clauses in it. So I was like, okay, he's headstrong about having this prenup. I'm not for a prenup, so at least let us meet in the middle. But you have to put these two clauses in the prenup where it will support what I want. We have tried to make a baby before I'm 40. And the second clause is that he will have set up my business in Kansas City. He's responsible for that.
Usually, in a contract, it says, this has to happen by this date, and if it doesn't happen, then this happens. So what happens if you...
You know what, though? I've been sitting here thinking about this whole salesman analogy here. I must be a bloody salesman. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking, rah. I've always got something to say. Yeah. So I've got to ask for everything. Yeah. I do like to control the conversation to be fair. Yeah. Because I remember before, people always said you should be a salesman. I said, to be able to do so many different things. But now I see why. But I could never be a salesman. Because just don't like it. Anyway, so I was just reflecting on myself. Just wanted to share that. I'm curious if the analogy hit any one of you's close to home. Does it make you feel like maybe you got this salesman analogy? I personally wouldn't call it salesman per se. You know what I mean? But obviously that's what they're calling it. But yeah. Just self-reflecting. But I'm more than happy to self-reflect and almost accountable.
You don't have a baby by 40.
You know what? When I put in that clause, I never look at anything as if it's not safe.
You get divorced, or you get more money.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you don't have your money.
we're basically saying that we're going to do everything within our power.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it's the will of God. You
Right.
know, everything within our power to try to have children.
All right. Bilal is still very close with his ex-wife, Shaeeda. She has agreed to join us today, and we're very excited to have her. Everyone, please welcome Shaeeda.
I came to the tell-all today to state my piece. There was a breakdown in the communication with Shaeeda and I, and that caused a breakdown with Bilal and I. When the truth is revealed, he'll owe me an apology, she will too, and we can move forward in a positive space from there.
Hi there. This has been quite a journey that all of you have been on. Shaeeda, Bilal says that after 10 years of marriage, one of you fell out of love. Is that how you would describe what happened to your relationship?
We had some issues for some time, and we tried to figure things out for the sake of the kids, but when you're unhappy, you have to take a step back and do what's best for yourself first, and then also your kids.
What made you most unhappy in marriage?
I wanted a best friend. I wanted a partner, and I felt like I was receiving more of an imam or a father figure when I was wanting to hear from my husband.
So, lecturing you?
Yes, it was somewhat of a lecture.
All right. Who asked for the divorce?
I did. Around that time, there was a feeling of unhappiness. You know, Bilal's very particular about how he wants the house. And so when you have two small kids too, that becomes a problem with how the house could be in a disarray. So that makes you feel uneasy.
Does the word neat freak come to mind?
He's definitely a neat freak.
Okay. Shaeeda, controlling, neat freak, lecturing. Does it give you any reason to be concerned that obviously that same behavior is still there?
I'm seeing a pattern. I'll be fair. Well, I want to work on help him. I want to work on us. I'm not going to give up on my relationships.
Okay. What I have noticed.
Listen, man. If my man's a neat freak, then let him be. Then be prepared to be with someone that's a neat freak. It's that simple. You can't change a man. You can't change a woman. You can't change nobody, okay? If that is his way, if that's what keeps him in a good place mentally, well, then you got to adapt to it. It's simple as 1, 2, 3. It shouldn't even be a conversation. That's it.
Since Shaeeda first came out here, if you have not looked at her, Shaeeda.
Okay.
Am I seeing what is actually happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Why have you not even looked in her direction? Why have you not even looked in her direction?
To be completely honest, I still didn't like how she came at me at my home in my kitchen. It still hurts. When I first came here, I was hoping for us to have a sisterhood. I was hoping for she and I to have a friendly relationship. But once you show me who you are, that's when I will withdraw back. So I'm sitting there when I'm listening. So if I can just unpack it, she's saying that when I came to her home, my tone, my delivery was that of in disrespect. But what I will say is, when discussing the prenup, it's a need for you guys to have a marriage contract or a prenup in the laws of America. That's a necessity, especially when you're coming into a marriage and you have no assets. Who come into a marriage without no assets? You don't know me. You don't know my life back home. That was Shaeeda. Okay, when I say no assets, you don't have a car here in America. You don't have a home in Trinidad. You live with your parents.
I can see through all this. Y'all really hurt. Y'all need to really sit down and talk about it. There's some bull. But I can cut the tension in the room. You know what I mean? Like, y'all hurt.
Certainly there are still some issues there. I do want to get your comment on what Shaeeda has said about her marriage with Bilal.
Like, I'm not going to knock on everything she's saying because I'm hearing her speak and I'm saying, oh, I'm seeing some similarities, you know? I'm sure he's like, it's hitting him where it needs to hit him, probably hitting him where it hurts. So now it's like, I really think he will make a conscious decision to do what's best for us.
Why is she so delusional for? he's not going to change his ways. And you can't expect him to change his ways. You see, if you're looking to adapt to his situations and then hope that he adapts to yours, or you just leave the relationship. Him changing, him being conscious, trust me, a man like Bilal is conscious by every single step he makes. He wouldn't be a neat freak if he wasn't conscious about it. So if he's conscious now and he's not making the changes that you want him to do, he will never make them.
Hi, Bilal.
Hey.
Tell me what is going through your mind when you're hearing both of these women say those things about you.
You know, it doesn't feel good. You know, like when you hear like lecturing, you know, those are probably things I've probably done, you know, or neat freak for sure. You know, but we live in an oppressive word environment, and words make people. Like words could, you know, give you life, or it could cause destruction. I'm a loving, you know, husband, dedicated father. You know, do I have my faults? Yeah, but I'm trying to look internally, you know, and to prove self. I got to go to the tool shed and get to work.
The tool shed and get to work. Lots to do in the tool shed. Shaeeda, I want to know what your reaction was to Shaeeda's reaction to the house that Bilal took her to.
Oh, wow. I was saddened for him by the way that she acted. Because this is the person that he told me, yes, she loves me for me. She would stay in a tent with me. She couldn't even stay one day in the house. And so I was hurt for him by the way that she acted. I lived in that house for 2 years. That was his family's home. I was grateful to have a home to come to. So for her to show that display, I was taken back. I was hurt.
I respect her opinion because at the end of the day, an opinion is like a nose. Everybody has one. So.
Shaeeda, thank you. I know this was really appreciate you being here and sharing your story because we always want to hear all sides.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, guys.
You know, all the red flags are there in front of you. They're all there in front of you. She's ignoring them. She's been ignoring them throughout the whole season. She's ignoring them with the tell-all. The issue in their relationship actually isn't even Bilal. The issue in the relationship is Shaeeda because she's refusing to recognize that she's with a man that is particular with his living ways. And she has this little hope that he's going to change it. I think it's very evident because the ex-wife basically said, listen, the reason why we had to stop being together is because I couldn't live up to his standards. I couldn't live up to what he was expecting. Because what he expects, it was just too much for me. And that's why I had to call quits. So therefore, he needs a woman that's willing to step up to all the needs that he has. Because at the end of the day, if you're not looking to step up to the needs, it's just not going to work. Because that's exactly who he is and the way he is. It doesn't matter whether the way he is right or wrong. It's just the way he is. And you cannot expect to be with him if you're going to expect him to actually change some of these things. Shaeeda's response is, he'll become more conscious. You've just literally ignored everything that you were just told. He won't become conscious. This is him. You need to be able to adapt to it or just leave. Don't waste your time. I've been there. I was in it. And it didn't work. I bounced. Okay? Simple as that. But she's not hearing that. Some people, man.
Still so much more to talk about. We will be right back.
I mean, I actually thought, again, like, everybody seemed to be not really impressed with Bilal, I thought, you know, throughout this season. And I thought that he had some really good attributes, like clearly very successful, very determined, ambitious. He cared about his children. He had a good relationship with his ex. There was a ton of good qualities about him.
I did feel he was a little condescending, a little
you see,
lecturing to
her. Veronica, I really felt like she was kind of like a little brat. I just thought she came across as like entitled.
He kind of put her in a position to look like a gold digger.
I'm sorry, I don't agree. I just don't. You don't make fun of somebody's house.
No, I think she was in shock because she really pictured him totally different. And in her mind, he fooled her. But I think it's kind of even between them. It can be a toss-up.
I feel like the next day she realized looked like a gold digger.
Coming up,
He can post himself half naked all the time, so the double standard.
Mohammed, is that okay? If she wears a bikini in public? And later.
Wherever we wanted.
You all had a lot of tense moments during your 90 days. How are things standing today?
Today, we are in a better place. Every relationship has down times, and we had a lot of down times before we get married.
I think things are so much better, and we're working on our communication. But of course, I mean, there's adjustment.
I'll be honest, from the beginning, You guys were the couple for me that I was like, oh, I really don't know how this is gonna work, you know?
When I came here to America, it took time to understand the culture more. I realized that she's a grown woman. She should be like the one who chooses her clothes.
So you don't care what she wears now? She can wear anything? If she wears a bikini in public, is that okay?
Like if he saw me going to the store, like, and I videotaped him going to the store, he's like, you're wearing that to the store. It'd be like a tank top. And I'm like,
I just think it's not anybody's place to tell anybody else how they should go out of the house or what makes them feel comfortable or projecting their insecurities on somebody else.
Have you been to Egypt, though?
I've not been to Egypt, but I understand culturally it can be different.
So there are not a lot of people running around in bikinis out there unless you're on a touristic beach. So that's why I totally understand.
No, I get it culturally, for sure.
Adapting, because that's what it's all about, adaptation. So I give you a lot of respect for that. Shukran, baby.
Well, JIBRI, how do you feel about Muhammad saying, okay, it makes me uncomfortable, but I'm just going to let you do what you want?
He's saying it in a respectful way. He's not degrading you. He's not putting you down. He's just saying, look, this makes me feel uncomfortable. And I can understand your perspective and how it will look. So I'll give you a little respect.
But then that's a double-edged sword, because then he can post himself half naked all the time and it's not an issue. But if I say, so it's a double standard.
But that's how it is in this country. You gotta understand, it's just different.
Yeah, but you just gave him credit for it.
Tell me JIBRI isn't sexist without telling me that he isn't sexist. I'll wait. This whole episode, I've seen him talk up, speak up, only when it's towards the women. I ain't seen him say nothing to none of the guys. Not once.
Adapting now you're saying that's how it is in his country, but he's in the US, so which is it?
He's adapting. He's adapting and he's learning.
Muhammad, you said that you felt Eve had anger issues.
She reacts a lot when we get in agreement or something like that.
I mean, I think it goes down to communication, because he can say things that are very mean, like saying he's going to go back to Egypt and things like that kind of thing, which is really hurtful.
Because
kind
it's
of thing,
more hurtful for a man to be told by his wife that I'm supporting you, you know, like
yeah, but that's hurtful too. Say you're going to leave and go back to Egypt.
I say that to protect my soul.
Speaking of hurtful things, Muhammad, you told Eve that you would find another sponsor.
Why I said that?
Why did you say that?
Yeah, why?
Because she didn't have her taxes done. That was her reason why she's delayed my paperwork.
But that screams like red flag green card.
That screams replaceable.
I just wanted to find.
Like that's hurtful. When you're like, I'm gonna go back to Egypt. Oh, I'm gonna find a new sponsor. Like, oh, I'd be pissed.
Eve, when Muhammad arrived, he.
So you can all come at Muhammad for saying that one thing, but none of you wanted to speak up against JIBRI, no?
Seemed to think you were going to completely change your life for him. Do you feel in any way that you led him on?
No, absolutely not. Without him asking me, I kind of took note of his culture and changed things before he even arrived.
Like what kinds of things did you change?
Not having alcohol in my home, and then there was still a lot of things that came up that I was just like, it was talk about reverse culture shock, because I'm in my culture, and then he was like, oh, you can't, be in a room with a handyman. Getting married to an Egyptian man. A blind man with specs who could have seen this was going to happen.
I am worried about her image in front of my family,
What has your family said about the types of pictures she posts?
They got upset,
Initially, when we started talking, I remember the day that he said, oh, I showed my mother your picture, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, like, what is she gonna think? Like, what picture did you show her? I was just like, oh, does your mom think that, like, it's blasphemous? Like, here this American woman is, and she has this blonde hair and this and that. And he told me, he said, in my religion, we don't judge people. He told me that then. So I never, felt like I had to, like, change who I was.
She wants to say that she's an independent woman. I'm fine with that. You're an independent woman. I am very happy for you. But my family is an Egyptian family,
But Muhammad, how weak is the relationship if bikini can destroy it? Do you think it would be better if she's a Muslim woman or if she converts?
We talk about converting. It has to come from her, not
Absolutely.
me telling her to convert or something.
Okay, all right. We're going to hear more from Eve and Muhammad a little later when we'll be joined by a member of Eve's squad. But for now, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, Kara. Welcome back to 90 Day Fiancé, the couples tell all. Now let's move over to Kara and Guillermo. Kara's high school boyfriend, Chris, had a lot to say to Guillermo at Kara's high school reunion. Let's take a look at how that went down.
My stranger danger. Hi. I haven't seen my ex-boyfriend Chris in 10 years. It's like a huge transition going from high school to university. And I think I was growing a lot. Ben, you live and you learn.
I'm not gonna lie, we were in love bad.
What happened? But what happened?
Oh, if you want to be honest, I mean...
Go ahead. I'd love to do this. We've never talked about it.
We were laying in the bed. Her phone went off.
Whoa.
She's asleep. I'm up. So I went through her text messages. She was like, it was so good seeing you. Like, that kiss was amazing. What do you think I did?
Yeah, you probably lost
Woke
it.
her up out of her sleep.
No.
Said, what is this? Threw the phone. I left.
How would you be sleeping with someone and actually kissing another person?
I'd never trust a woman again.
I don't know that part from Kara really well, so I need to be aware. Like, I need to be careful.
I don't see them working out. And the reason why is because, you know, he's kind of shy, kind of quiet. He's not enough man, you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, Chris was eager to come here to share a few more secrets about Kara's past that may surprise Guillermo. Let's bring him out right now. Everyone, please welcome Chris.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, you. Hey, okay. What's up, Guillermo?
How's it feel being out here? And
All feels good.
okay,
Feels good,
and Guillermo, you're fine with Chris. Okay. First of all, Chris, how long did you and Kara date?
Over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
high school to college.
So how serious were things?
Oh, it was serious. It was serious.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about weddings, all that stuff.
Chris, you said that you and Kara had a wild relationship. Why did you describe it that way?
Oh, it was wild. It was very wild. We did what we wanted, when we wanted, wherever we wanted.
Okay. Kara?
Yeah, I think we were like horny teenagers.
Chris had mentioned that you had cheated on him. And you said it was once, maybe twice?
Okay, so I'm just going to tell this, because he got to tell his side of the story,
Okay.
and I'm just going to tell mine. In my mind, and I think I didn't communicate this well enough, obviously. I was moving on to my future. In my mind, we were not still like a thing. In my mind, it was over.
Why are you shaking your head, Chris?
Bull. Oh, man. Bull. That's all.
No one is perfect. No one is perfect.
I cheated before, and it was wrong, but I learned about it.
No. You all shut the hell up and let them two go back and forth real quick. And Jimbo, what we doing? What you doing? No. Don't be justifying nothing. You two.
Has anyone else here ever cheated on their partner?
What are you doing, host? This is why you're a terrible host. Them two were about to go in for it.
She would consider cheating. I called my exes and said, hey, I apologize how I handled things before in the past. I was immature. I was acting like a playboy, acting like this. I apologize to you guys. I told Miona that I called all of my exes. We almost broke up because of that.
Yeah, she did the same thing.
Kobe took his ex out on a date when I was at home with our son in another country and paid for it.
Oh my god.
So how pissed would y'all be? Because I wasn't happy.
I would be mad.
Right?
I told you.
You didn't tell me right away. You weren't like, hey, babe, today I'm going out to lunch. It was like weeks later. Babe, I'm like, what the
So, Chris, let me ask you this question. You said that Guillermo was not man enough for Kara. Do you still think that?
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, nobody can tell me how much or how less I am, a man I am. Yeah, the only person who could say that is just myself. And I love myself a lot.
And I love you too.
I like it.
Man enough for me, clearly.
You gotta leave Ozzy Osbourne in the past. You got James Bond now. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta move on. You gotta upgrade. Man, you old news. You heard about her. Get over it.
I'm old news.
Get on with your life. Learn to trust women.
Bull.
Too good. You'll figure it out, man.
In my opinion, you should just say sorry to
Yeah, no, I'm sorry that I did not fully break that off. I didn't feel like I owed him at that.
So did he come on to have his say or to just be there? Like you were saying something. Finish it.
Point an explanation for who I was gonna kiss. I just didn't.
Oh, no, yeah, you understand. We're grown up now, Guillermo. I appreciate you saying that too, bro.
I'm a toddler at the end of the day, so...
Yeah.
I'm also not enough man, so...
You're a very smart toddler.
Well, Chris, we want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us so openly and honestly. Much for sharing your journey with us. We are so happy for your growing family.
Thank you.
We'll be back, taking a quick break.
Is this how you act when you meet one of Veronica's exes?
You know what? I hate when Veronica tells people about me. We haven't been together for 10 years. I'm a completely different person than I was in. So, dude, you don't know what she's like now, dude. That was in high school.
I think Kara and Guillermo have come a long way.
Yeah.
I think she's mellowed out some. They're pregnant. They're gonna have a family. I think he's kind of mature. They're good for each other now. The boyfriend.
Oh my god, he's gotta go.
He needs to grow up.
Seriously.
And just move the hell on.
I mean, he's a character. I'll never forget that guy. I will say that. But like, he should never be a part of their lives again.
Never. Move on.
Coming up.
You drunk right now?
Drunk?
Yeah, how many beers you drank this morning, bro?
Nothing, man.
Oh,
What
you
you
drank
mean?
the 12-pack this morning.
Oh, man, your sparkles are blinding me, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can focus up in here.
Shining up your head, boy.
Right now, I want to jump back in with Patrick and Thais. An important aspect to Patrick and Thais' relationship was Thais' volatile chemistry with Patrick's brother, John. And we're going to bring him out right now. Come on out, John. Hey, John. How you doing?
What's up, John?
How you guys doing?
Everybody's all dressed fancy, huh? Okay. Pretty smiles, everybody. Nice to meet you. All looking sharp. What's going on?
John, so you have been a major part of Patrick and Thais' journey. You are going to be an uncle.
I know, huh?
How'd you feel about that?
I'm excited. And it was a total shock, but I was happy for him. I might have gotten drunk and told a friend, but I forgot I told her that I was smashed. No,
Yeah, the girl was like on my Instagram, congratulations. I was like, congratulations for what? Because we even told my family, congratulations for your baby. Who told you? John?
I was just like, probably was me, but I don't remember. And I'm like, that was like 3 weeks ago. You drunk right now?
JIBRI.
Drunk? Yeah, how many beers you drank this morning, bro? Nothing, man. I had 6 last night. Yeah, so you had the 12-pack this morning. No, man, your sparkles are blinding me, bro. Man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can focus up in there. Shining off your head, boy. Oh, I can see that. Yeah, put that.
Okay, everybody, take a breath. Let's move on. Clearly, John and Thais interact.
Where's this, John?
Where's this one?
Beer?
Beer?
In the morning.
You know what beer is?
Yeah, she knows what beer is.
That's beer. No, I don't know. Just ask a question.
Again, okay, John.
No. I live here too. I live here too.
How crazy people
crazy. I know crazy.
In the morning?
No. How you gonna say crazy? Come on.
Don't say.
No. Let's not do this. You arrive one day, I'm sitting here playing a video game, you're gonna pull this? If I have a beer at 11, 12 in the afternoon, what does that matter to her? We should be ourselves and individuals, and if that's a problem, I bite.
Tava tentando entender o que ele estava querendo dizer, porque eu não gosto que ele fala com o John. John estava falando ou mal de mim e tentando mudar a mente de Patrick.
Bachelor party, surprise, you don't even know we're gonna have like 100 hookers. You don't even know. Don't even remember that.
Hello. What you guys can do is you guys can.
Really? I was listening, okay?
Over there.
You need to take care of your life.
What are you talking about?
I was listening. Everything.
What did I say? Whipped. I already know how this is gonna go, so that's why I'm gonna throw a bachelor pad in the face.
Okay, John.
Yeah, what happened there, right?
Yeah. You were definitely, as Thais said, trash talking her.
You got me. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. Yeah, I'm guilty. That was my bad, Well, I love him, and I want them to be happy. I think she's good for him, and I think they're good for each other. It's just, I'm a combative person, so if you say something to me, then I fire back,
Do you think your brother is whipped?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, without a doubt. I love you, though. Love you, but you definitely whipped. You whipped? You happy? You don't have a happy family? You won't. Okay, Spackles. You won't. Okay,
Oh, ass will never.
I'm just glad you don't have your cowboy hat on.
Man,
I tried to piss my pants.
I feel bad for you, bro. I feel bad for you.
Yippee-ki-yay, Woody.
You a joke.
I was just having apologize.
You need to stop third wheeling, bro.
Third wheeling?
Yeah, you all in their business. Like, this your brother, bro.
How's your family doing on the farm?
It's not your brother. You gotta treat him like your brother.
Are you still living at home?
And then you talking about your girl right now. You talking about your brother's girl right now.
Come on,
You feel me?
bro. Get off the
This is gonna be. Look at that. Look at your brother. He's happy. You lonely at home drinking 6 packs of beer playing video games. Chill.
Next time on 90 Day Fiancé, the couples tell all.
It's about time. JIBRI 101 with another male. It's about time. Now, I can maybe retract that sexist remark towards him. Nah, I'm gonna still keep it there, to be honest, because the way he conducts himself isn't proper. But either way, though, it's good to see now there's a balance there. Him going a man to a man. I know obviously he stepped out a little bit to Kara's ex, but the reason why I didn't say nothing about that one is I was thinking he's probably doing it because Jim was there too, so it'd be 2v1, cheeky little tag team and that. But boy, it's about to be interesting. I'm looking forward to next week's one. This week's one was better than I expected, but then again, I set the bar very low because of how terrible 90 Day Fiancé before that days was. So I set the bar very low, so it over succeeded, which is good. So now I guess wait until next week, and then we can see what happens next. But nonetheless, though, I said a lot of things. Now I'm looking forward to hearing what you all got to say in the comment section. You know what I mean? So don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys down there. Peace.